What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here, and I'm here with my boy Slim.
You already know.
We're here at the NAWCQ here at NATS 2025 in North America, and we're here with my boy Joshua Jones.
Yep.
We just played what deck, my friend, and got top 64?
I played Pure Memento.
Pure Memento. So you snuck in at 63rd?
63rd. Yeah, I
God
got 63rd.
slam, bro.
Yeah.
How did that feel, first of all? Because I'm sure that was pretty hype.
Pretty scary when I didn't hear my name or whatever, but it's pretty nice to actually be able to top because now my remote dual top is real.
Yes,
harder
he did
than
top.
DB Grinder and everybody else, so
Yeah.
that's not real. So I got 2 tops today technically.
Yeah.
And then Dak was calling me watch, so has to do the LCQ to topping Nats. So.
You did LCQ to get
Yeah,
get
it was
in
also
here,
my
right?
first Nats too, which is nice.
This is
Oh,
crazy.
nice. What a
So
story.
LCQ'd in to get 63rd place,
63rd.
top 64, baby.
Yeah, decent finish.
Damn, that's crazy, man. All right, man. Let's get to the profile and see the goo.
Okay.
Check out the beautiful map.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, this
Beautiful
man
map.
is
Oh my
sick. This man
God.
is gorgeous.
So Pure Memento wanted to play the names that are the best starters. And then I chose to play the 3 Dark Blade. A lot of people play less Dark Blade. I think you just gotta be able to play. It is what it is. If they foo it, it's like fine. There's a time I started this, they double fooed it, still won that game. Like this deck plays so well into Charmies that I didn't really care at that point. So many times I could give them a few draws or no draws. One time I got Meows on a summon back and gave them 0 draws, full boarded. It's like you can do a lot of stuff with it. So I'm like, you gotta just play the game.
Yeah.
2 goblins. He's also a pretty good starter, but it's just you only need the 2 because you play some other cards. Then the 1-ofs, 1 Mace, 1 Ekahiron, 1 of the boy Gaddick. Didn't draw him too much today, luckily. The few times I drew him, I either had this guy or had like multiple cinders, so it didn't matter. The combo lines are just a little different when you draw them, but one of the things that makes the deck cool and interesting. The big guy, best card in the game. I killed so many people through this.
So huge.
I game 1 I flew up early to someone. They were playing Heraldic Rival, so they went to full board, gave me 14 cards. Protoss called Dark, and I killed them. All because this guy's an Earth and got that piercing. You're dead. Did not matter. Yeah, this guy, really fun card. Made the day enjoyable.
That's
Yeah.
the broken card in Memento,
Yeah.
y'all. Watch out
Yeah,
for
this
that
card is
boy.
actually crazy. Does a lot. Not once per turn either. Those are all the mementos. It's a decent amount of names. You want a lot of names. I didn't play the Rex dude in my main. He's another brick, and I didn't want another brick.
You didn't play the little tricorn.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's just better going second. The problem is like a lot of times if they have like start with Mirakumo, he just gets no value. So he's not really that good into those versions. He's better into the Dododo version, like the Onomet stuff, or into Malice, so I just signed him.
Makes sense.
Then hand traps were just 3 Perulia, 3 Fua, 3 Droll. These are the only hand traps I played. They're the only ones that really feel relevant against like the other decks. These give me enough cards to where my deck has so much engine, so much stuff going on. I can do stuff, or I can just draw them. Shout out to James Flood when I drilled him, just killed him.
Oh,
Shout out to James.
Yeah, shout out to James Flood. Shout out to James Flood.
Tell him thank you for the walking step
Yeah,
to the mic.
thanks for the free win, James Flood.
I love this shit.
Yeah, those are the only hand traps I really needed in the main. Then for spells, the stuff you gotta play: Fill Spell, Bone Party, 3 Fusion. I only played 2 of this. I felt like these 8 were enough like extender-like cards to where you draw a varied amount of them. Usually when you Perulia or Fua, so you have like stuff to get going. Then the other extender, instead of another one of these, was a 1-for-1. This felt pretty good. It's just a way to get a monster on the board once you've used all your summons from hands. Sometimes it helps the player on Perulia when they Perulia in the draw phase and you have like any of like these as a starter and then these as extenders through like stuff. So like they can Perulia you and you don't have to give them as many draws, you give them like 1 draw. So it's just a few ways to play around more stuff. Then Called by Talents Prosp is just 1 of power spells that are like good enough to do some stuff. This helped a lot. Even like the take is pretty good. Prosperity is pretty good.
Trinity, man.
Yeah, another star. Then the other thing we play at 3 droplets just as a way to, when we do foo them or have like ways to play around and play into boards, top detonator and just do some stuff. Usually like the first detonator pop if you have like a way to dodge it, and they have to pop later. They're using so many materials to like play through your cards that are just extending. You're like kind of fine. So the regular board is fine. It's just like when they start on the Ouroboros hand rip stuff, it gets a little bit rough if you don't draw drillers from me, but that's just the format no matter what you play. Then the last card is another controversial one. I played the Trap. I know a lot of people don't play this. It's kind of awkward because like if they start Ritual Mirakumo, it wipes your board and it doesn't get as much value, but it still has value for the next turn because a lot of times they just weren't able to kill me, so I still have it. And it still has like other value of like if you have the IP and go to SP and you're able to summon another guy again, they still have to attack your other guy. So it's like it has other applications, and anytime this did resolve, like in theory, if I play against Malice and I have this in my deck, and I go first and I get to this, like that deck is not beating my board. Rizal has like a little bit more of a chance, but I think I played like 7-8 Rizals, lost to the one in the Swiss and then the one in the top. So it did a lot for me. I know it's people call it a crush card, but I felt I needed it. I felt it was good. I would just always choose to play it.
A lot of people say it's a win more, but I'm like,
it's win more, but I mean, it's time where you get like Fluid specifically in Brilliant, and it's like, well, I need to give them a draw, and if they have 7 cards, it's like I'd want to be able to have like I'm still guaranteed winning this game over there's a chance I lose it, and I feel like that's what that does. It's a brick, but it's just like at least I don't have the Horn Dragon, so it's like a little bit less brick, but it's just I feel like I wanted to play it really badly. And then for the side deck, Lancia, I never saw this all day. I only played against one Malice and draw it. Waste of a slot. Meows, this is still pretty good to like Mitsu and stuff, so it's like fine, but that was like the primary stuff for going second. And then 3 ads for something to go and always going first, so I have to side out the Charmies to stop their Charmies, or if I feel like I can play through it, hold it, and be able to stop like an extender or something that's just annoying. A lot of times I want to stop the Ritual Summon from deck, because it's all like they hard open Mirakumo, so it's like at least being able to stop that. Maybe get some off it, stopping prayers, stuff like that. So this is like just a good generic one. Back row, because you charm me, then have one of these, you get a Frat Cage, just killing them. You got to stop cross, stuff like that. They usually have another set, so these are pretty good. The Rex for when I went first, sometimes I'd want him or I want an additional name. Technically makes it more consistent, because if even Bone Party plus him is a way to play, stuff like that. He confuses them, etc. So then the other going first cards was 1 Tikaboo from Malice mainly, 1 anti-spell to stop game 2, Lightning Storm, Dusters, etc. Prayers, not really prayers, but ritual, all that other stuff. And then the Judgment just as a 3rd card. It didn't really matter what it was, you just have these. So you want to draw one of them against like Malice, and then you have Prosperity. So you thin your deck by 1,000,000 cards, and you have Prosp, you'll see something. So it was like good enough to just have 3 going first cards.
That makes sense.
They're pretty universal too, so I always had some way to side with the 6 Charmies for the most part.
Yeah.
Never have to really leave one in. Then for the extra deck, most of this doesn't really matter because it's Memento, so you don't go into a lot. Although this stuff helped a lot because people were half breaking my board where I had like follow-ups they were dying, but they didn't on Maguska, and that was like always annoying. So I'm glad I put some of this stuff in because it helped deal with that situation. Or they'd droll and did on Maguska, stuff like that. So we have Artemis to be able to go the Anduich into this to get a light or get a blink material. Anima doesn't really matter, so I just played this. Then you have Dark Lina, so this helps make this if you have the need the light target. Selene access code. So I was able to clear Baguskas by just I start my turn, usually have somebody with stuff engraved, be able to go into these and just clear the Baguska. So that was fine. This was for Lunalight, didn't play any. I don't know if it would have worked out. I know they make 2 of the guy and Baguska, but I mean that's one of those decks for us I wasn't really prepared for. It was what it was. I did have an IP, so I could technically go into it, but it was just IP for SP the majority of the time. I would usually end on IP instead of SP because Nib is not as popular. Sometimes I got Nib, but if they had Nib, it usually was a time when I was going second anyway, and I wasn't really making this. Anytime I was going first, if they had Nib, and I got to that point, I can summon back the big guy, they waste a card, I don't really care. It's kind of whatever. Guardian Chimera for another way to pop 2 bodies with the Memento Fusion. One of the Tryhard, you don't need anymore. Nobody plays Unicorn anymore, so you're not getting this ripped. You can always put it back. You only need the 1. 3 of this guy. Funnily enough, 3 of them actually came up against LeBlanc because I had to put 1 back to summon another one, but I had a legal target, and then he could have cleared down when I summoned another one from the extra deck, and I just put it back. But unfortunately threw that game anyway, but it is what it is. All 3 of these does come up, so you have to put 3. Then Typhon Zeus. I don't think I played either of these cards. This was for if Talons take a, if they end on the full board and they pop my first like Andwich and you start doing stuff, and then you Talons take, you at least are able to threaten the Zeus clear stuff. So nothing else really felt like it was worth playing. It's really just, you know, these fusions and like IPSP. Yeah. You don't really use a lot of extra deck stuff most of the time, but some of it comes up, some of it doesn't. I didn't really like Super Poly, so I didn't play that. That's like the only other thing.
For sure, man. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout-outs to Wichita and Corpus Christi for, you know, all the plate testing. Shout-outs to Johnny the Boy. Shout-outs to Shook for driving me, as well as Justin Miller. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Shout out to anyone that plays this deck still for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
it's my favorite deck, so I figured I wanted to play it, and I'm glad I can topless it. That's
Shout out to
pretty
our
much
boy
it.
Rick too.
Yeah, shout out to Rick for winning the locals and all of that.
Hell yeah.
Always hooking me up his cards when I need them and stuff like that. So
Gotta get him in there. Representing Wichita.
representing
Josh.
Wichita, Kansas. So.
Got the real top now, brother.
Yeah, I got a real top,
There
so
ain't
my remote
nobody
one
can
counts.
talk shit.
That's the big goal.
Nobody can talk shit on your remote now, brother.
Yeah.
So congratulations, man, and thanks for the technical fire.
Yeah.